Hello and welcome to the new Power BI tutorial video. And in this video, I want to show you how you can create variables in Power BI that is very useful to manage DAX code. And I will show you an example of before and after comparison as to how the code looked like before and how the code is looking after you are doing creating the variables. So variables is an important concept, and you will find it very useful when you will start using it. Initially, you may feel like, oh, why I'm creating this? But as your code becomes large, you will see that variables providing more best readability and more convenient in terms of structuring the code. So that's something I will show you with the help of an example. So before I show that, just a quick information that this is a live Google Sheet which you can access using as it is present in the description. So what that means is you can come over here and basically search any of my previous video and jump to that video using the link that is present in column B. That will be useful for you, let's say if you are searching for a specific topic. Also, I want to highlight that some of these dashboards which I published, like HR Analytics dashboard, organization dashboard, or these 3 or 4 different dashboards like Twitter, sales, customer analytics, financial complaints, all of this is present here so that you don't have to do the search in case you want to learn how to create a dashboard from the scratch. So with that information, let's jump to Power BI. So here we are in the Power BI, and I will going to write one measure. So new measure, and this measure will going to be basically give you the sales ratio. For example, think about this. You have any category here like product category, customer category, subproduct, any dimension, and you just want sales ratio in that. That means whatever is the sales compared to the total sales, right? So for that sales ratio, our formula will be like this. We will have the divide. Within divide, we will have to write one formula for numerator. That will be nothing but sum of sales, right? And then we will write another formula that will be denominator, that is total sales. So in that case, we will going to use the calculate and then sum of sales, and then we will going to write the all, and here we will provide the orders. That means we are just saying that we want basically all the rows and we don't want any filter impact over here, right? So we just click it over here. So now you see this code, what is going on. We have this one function, inside that another function, and then another function, and that's how we are getting the output. Now as a developer or as someone who are pretty used to of writing a code like this in a single line, initially it may look bit daunting because there is so much which is happening. So think about it for any beginner developer, or maybe you are looking this code after a few months, you may feel like, okay, what's really going on, and you may have to go 3 or 4 times to really understand this. And now we will going to see how we can structure this code with the help of a variable by creating 3 different variables. But before that, I will just show you the sales ratio view. So over here you see that you get the sales ratio in this case. Also you can change this to percentage, so that way it will show you the percentage over here, like 32% is furniture, 31% is this, 36% is technology. All right, now if we have to structure this code, then what I will going to do is I will just delete this, okay, and I will press I will first enter the shift enter to create a new line, and we will say var variable, that is your variable, and the name of the variable is sales equals to sum of sales. So this is, let's say, the first step, right? As you would think about it, that we need sales. So this is my sales. I will press shift enter, and I will again write variable total underscore sales equals to, we will write using that same function, calculate sum of sales, and we will write all and order, right? And then I will again press shift enter, and we will say where sales underscore ratio is equals to divide function, and now we will just simply say sales comma total sales. Okay, press shift enter and simply say it has to end with the return sales underscore ratio, right? So if you see what's going on over here, we are defining sales ratio as this is, let's say, our step 1 very clearly, this is step 2, and step 3 is divide function. So with the jumble of functions, instead of that, when you do this as step by step using the variables, you find much more better readability of code. So if I just click OK over here, you will see that nothing is being changed over here, right? It's the same thing. So now even if you create another table, it's then more about what do you want to create. Let's say we want to create this table, and we want to create subcategory, we want to create the sales, and we want to get the sales ratio, right? So here is the sales ratio, and where is my subcategory? Here is my subcategory. Okay, so I'll just put the subcategory, I'll drag it up. So this is what I get. One function or one DAX formula, wherever you want to use it, but whole idea, oh, not this one, I used it I think somewhere else. Where is sales space ratio? Sales ratio, here you go. Yeah, so you get it over here, and we have where you go, there it is. You have these different variables. So earlier, if you see in this case, right, what I did is I created two different formulas, sales running total and total sum of sales. That is another way where, let's say, you have two different DAX function and then you are creating it, but with the help of variables you get much more readability. Like in this case, you have in front of you what are the functions or what are the formulas that is being used. You don't have to go to multiple places. So this is much more advanced, much more better, and much more easy way to manage your code. So this is what I suggest, or I recommend that you do this for your lengthy DAX codes, where you want to make sure that, let's say, if you are reading your code after 6 months or 8 months, you will be able to do this. So very quick example I wanted to show as to how the code really looks like before you use the variables and after you use the variables. So I hope you will find it useful, and I'll meet you in the next video with a new topic.